Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the NBA slate on DraftKings for Monday, November the 5th. We have a 9-game slate for Monday. I'm going to go through each position and talk about some of my favorite players on this 9-game slate, the top studs, mid-tier plays, and value plays that I see, early looks. And I will give my core five guys I expect to be way over the field on, 5 guys I expect to have a lot of exposure to in my tournament lineups come lock. But before we do get started, guys, I would appreciate it if you would drop a like on the video. I do really appreciate it. That definitely means a lot. And make sure you have subscribed. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you click that subscribe button down below, so that way you won't miss out on any of my new videos. If you do want to watch my recap video for Week 9, I will be uploading that on Monday. So Week 9 recap for NFL will be up Monday around 11-12 Eastern. Would appreciate it if you check that out. But let's go ahead and get started. Start off at point guard. 3 point guards on this slate over 10K. We got Curry, Harden, and Westbrook. I'm not going to include any of these 3 guys in my core. I will definitely have exposure to one of these 3 guys. Harden for me, I probably won't be on a ton today. Same with Curry at 10-3. But Westbrook at 11-1 against the Pelicans, I do like here. I will have some exposure to Westbrook, especially if he's going to be low owned today. I'm not sure how much value there is on this slate. I'm not seeing a ton right now. Like, not a ton of cheap plays, but there are some injuries. We got guys questionable that could open up value. If a lot of value opens up, I'll for sure have a lot of exposure to Westbrook. Right now, I feel like I'm going to have about 15-20% Westbrook in my lineups. Not going to go too crazy on him, but I do like this spot at home against the Pelicans. I'd imagine Drew Holiday covers Westbrook and defends him, but Westbrook pretty much unguardable. You can put anybody on him. He's still going to get his points, get his rebounds, and get his assists. So I like paying up for Westbrook on this slate if you can, but in the mid-range, there are some strong options here. Drew Holiday, for me, really like at 8,300. He has gotten priced up, so I don't expect him to be very popular today with this price tag. But without Elfrid Payton on the court, Payton's going to be out for this game because of injury. Drew Holiday just has to do so much when it comes to ball handling. He's going to have the ball in his hands a ton. Even with Anthony Davis returning and expect to play, that does take a bit of a hit to Holiday's usage rate, but he's still going to have the ball in his hands a ton. Definitely has triple-double upside. We could see Holiday put up a triple-double here. In competitive games this year, Holiday's playing nearly 40 minutes, which we love to see. So 8,300, he could easily get 50 DraftKings points and be worth this price tag. Don't expect Holiday to be too popular today with this price, so I'll for sure have more exposure than the field. If Holiday's going to be 5-10% today, I'm definitely going to have 25-30%. Just really like this spot for him, and I think he can definitely put up a big game. And then other point guards, you've got Oladipo, CP3, Zach LaVine in that same price range. Oladipo would be probably the second guy I would go to if you don't want to go to Holiday. I think Oladipo might actually somewhat be popular here against Houston, so definitely like Holiday as a pivot off of Oladipo. Holiday's still probably my favorite point guard in that mid-range. In the 5K range, if we're trying to go here, there really isn't a ton that I love. So Tyus Jones got priced up to 5,400. Even if Jeff Teague's out today, I don't expect to be paying 5,400 for Tyus Jones. But if Jeff Teague is out, I for sure will be going to Derrick Rose at 5,200. Rose should not be this cheap if Jeff Teague's out. Rose just really going to have the ball in his hands a lot if Teague is out. He probably won't start. I'm sure Tyus Jones is going to start if Teague misses. But Rose will be coming off the bench and just will have the ball in his hands a ton, especially when he's controlling the second unit. The only reason he had a bad game against the Warriors was because he got hurt in that game, only played 5 minutes because he got injured, only 6 DraftKings points. That kind of actually lowered his price. Rose should not be 5,200 today. If Jeff Teague is out, I will definitely be playing Derrick Rose, especially over Tyus Jones. I don't expect to really have any Tyus Jones today. That's just too hefty of a price. I don't want to pay 5,400 for Tyus Jones, especially when I can get Rose for cheaper. So I do really like him. D Wade at 5K. If Gordon Dragic is out, I do like D Wade here. Wade going to see a little bit more ball handling responsibilities if Dragic is out, especially when he comes off the bench and is with the second unit. Played 26 minutes last game against the Hawks with Dragic out, put up 29 DraftKings points. 5K for D Wade, too cheap of a price tag if Dragic is not going to play today. I like him if you're going to this price range at point guard. Same with Tyler Johnson. If Dragic is out again, we can definitely go back to Tyler Johnson. He got priced up. He was 4,100 last game against the Hawks. Today he's 4,500 against the Pistons. He played 24 minutes in that game against the Hawks, 28 DraftKings points. I don't think Johnson's like a must-have if Dragic is out, but he's for sure an option if you want to go to him at 4,500, but definitely not like a lock or anything, at least not in my opinion, at 4,500. A little bit of a hefty price for TJ. But I think that's it for point guards. So like Cameron Payne's 4,100, which is really cheap, but you just never know what you're going to get from Cameron Payne, so I don't think I'm going to be going there today. His minutes have been so sporadic lately, like the minutes have just been up and down, up and down. Last 3 games they've been consistent with the minutes, but the minutes haven't been very high, just 25 minutes last 3 games, 20 minutes against the Warriors. We saw earlier this year, Payne was playing 30 minutes some games, 31 against the Hornets, 28 against Detroit. Haven't seen that lately, so at 4,100, probably will be avoiding campaign. If Dragic is out, I'd rather just get up to Tyler Johnson at 4,500. But I think that's it for point guard. Let's move on to shooting guard. So you have Harden and Curry here, who I already talked about. I don't expect to be playing much of them today. I'd rather play Westbrook over Harden and 10,300 for Curry. Just don't think I want to go there on this slate. Like mid-tier shooting guards, you've got Jimmy Butler against the Clippers, who I expect to play today. He rested on Sunday. I wouldn't imagine Jimmy Butler rests 2 games in a row, but if they're trying to trade him or if he's trying to get a trade, it could be like a Le'Veon Bell thing where he's just holding out and he's just not going to play. If that's the case, then obviously the slate's going to really turn around, do a complete 360 if Jimmy Butler's out again. I don't think he's going to be out, but if he is, you know the guys to go to. Karl Anthony Towns I love today. If Butler's out, I'll love him even more. D. Rose probably becomes a lock if Butler's out. Andrew Wiggins becomes a really strong play if Butler's out. If Butler plays at 8,200, I might have some exposure, but not really a ton. There's other guys from the Timberwolves I like, especially at center. We'll talk about Cat when we get there. But in the mid-range at shooting guard, Josh Richardson at 7,500, I like here if Dragic is out. With Dragic out, we see Josh Richardson play a lot of point guard, just have to play a lot of minutes. He played 38 minutes last game against the Hawks, 46 DraftKings points. Feels weird paying $7,500 for Josh Richardson, but when Dragic is off the court, Richardson is definitely worth this price tag. So I do like him today if you're going to that price range at shooting guard. If Jimmy Butler misses today, then Andrew Wiggins at 6,300. Very strong play if we want to go there. Getting down to the value at shooting guard, not really a ton I see that I haven't already mentioned. So like D. Rose, if Jimmy Butler misses or Jeff Teague's out again, really strong play in my opinion at 5,200. Maybe like Damian Dotson, or however you say this guy's name. Yeah, Damian Dotson, 4,900. Hasn't really shown much of a ceiling this year, but he's definitely pretty strong cash play. He's getting you close to pretty much 5x value every game. You kind of want more than that in cash, like with how fast-paced these games are, with how high scoring is in NBA. You want more than 5x in cash, but Damian Dotson at 4,900 could definitely get 27, 28 DraftKings points in this spot. He's a fine cheap option, not like a guy I love, but definitely a fine play. Same with Justin Holiday. These aren't guys that are going to like win you a tournament, but for cash, cheap options that are going to play a lot of minutes, him and Holiday and Dotson, I think you can go to. If Butler misses again, or if Butler misses again, Ogoki, however you say his name, 4,500, for sure a guy we could consider. But I think that's it for shooting guard. Let's move on to small forward now. You have Kevin Durant up top here along with Kawhi Leonard. I didn't mention Kawhi Leonard at shooting guard. Kawhi's price has come down a bit to 9,200. Against the Jazz, I'll probably be avoiding Kawhi today. Durant, probably the same thing at 10,100. Don't know if I want to pay that much for Durant. I'd rather just like get $1,000 and go up to Westbrook, or just go to some of the other options on this slate. Small forward for me, I really like the mid-tier plays. Aaron Gordon is a guy that really sticks out to me. He's only 6,500 against the Cavs. I feel like Aaron Gordon, a pretty good price play here. The price tag is just too cheap in my opinion for the kind of upside that Aaron Gordon has. I know he hasn't shown a lot of upside this year so far. He does have a 50-point game against the Heat, 47 against the Sixers, 44 against the Kings. When it's the right spot, Aaron Gordon can put up monster games, and this is definitely a good spot at home against a terrible Cavs team. Love Aaron Gordon here. Both of these teams are not very good, so I think we could see a competitive game. I don't think the Cavs are going to get blown out here. Aaron Gordon at 6,500 just feels like too cheap of a price tag. Really like him at small forward and power forward. Definitely a very strong play in the mid-range in my opinion. Wiggins, you also have it near that price tag, who I like if Butler misses again. Evan Fournier, 5,800 against the Cavs. You could go there. Jabari Parker, I've been on a ton lately. His price tag is still pretty cheap at 5,700. He's been really disappointing lately, but he's been playing a ton of minutes, 36, 30, 40 minutes last 3 games. The production hasn't been there, just 16, 20, 17 DraftKings points. But this matchup against the Knicks is definitely a good matchup for Parker. At 5,700, I could see wanting to go to him on this slate. I will for sure have exposure to Parker. Even though he's burned me these last few games, don't mind going back to the well, especially with the price tag under 6K. Feels like a really cheap price for him. Justice Winslow, 5,200 if Dragic is out. We saw Winslow put up a monster game with Dragic out. I believe he started at point guard, played monster minutes, 37 minutes, 47 DraftKings points. Not expecting another 47-point game from Winslow, but we could definitely see big minutes again from Winslow and could easily get 30 DraftKings points, get 6x this price. Only going to play Winslow today if Dragic is out. If Dragic plays, I'll be avoiding Winslow, but if Dragic is out, really like him at 5,200. And then the value plays at small forward, not a ton I see that I really like Sam Decker. Just don't know what you're going to get from Sam Decker. The minutes have actually been pretty consistent lately, 29, 24, 34, 24 minutes, but you see the fantasy points, 17, then 36, 17, 12. At 4,700, probably will be avoiding Decker, but the minutes have been there. I definitely think he's a little bit of a safer play when it comes to minutes. Production-wise, though, you don't know what you're going to get from when it comes to production, but the minutes are there. I think that's it for small forward, though. Let's move on to power forward. We do have Anthony Davis at the top of this position. He is 11,300, facing OKC. I do like AD here. He is listed as probable for this game, so AD, expect to play. If I had to rank Westbrook and AD, I think I'd slightly take Westbrook over him by just a hair, but they're very close. AD, I do like today. If I can fit him in, him and Westbrook are two of the studs. I'm definitely going to try and jam in some of my lineups. Hopefully some value opens up to where it will be easy to somewhat fit them in. Right now, I'm not going to include AD in the core because there are other guys I like, but AD I will for sure have exposure to at power forward. But in the lineups where I don't pay up for AD, there are definitely other options I like at power forward, especially when it comes to value. I think there is some cheap plays at this position, so we'll kind of skip over the mid-tier plays and talk about the value. So when we get down 5K and under, Noah Vonleh at 4,700 really sticks out to me. He's got a good matchup here against the Bulls. It's just a good spot for Vonleh. He's 4,700. His price tag still remains a little bit too cheap. He's coming off a bad game, so maybe his ownership will be low as well. Vonleh is going to play probably 25, 28, 29, close to 30 minutes, if not more than 30 minutes. In this fast-paced game, we know the Bulls play fast. I really like this spot for Vonleh. I think he can get us a double-double here. 42 DraftKings points against the Pacers, I think, was a bit of an outlier. Did get a double-double in that game, but also got 4 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. I don't think we're going to see those kind of assists, blocks, and steals from Vonleh, but the chance for 10 points, 10 rebounds easily could happen for Vonleh here. And he could easily get 26, 27, if not 30 DraftKings points in this spot. Vonleh as a value play, I really like at power forward. If you're trying to go cheap at this position, he's pretty cheap at 4,700. But that's it for power forward. He's the value play I really like. Kawhi, I expect to play today, but if he doesn't, Pascal Siakam, 4,800, really strong play, but I feel like Kawhi's going to play today. Even though he was questionable Sunday, I imagine he plays today. I think that's it for power forward. Let's move on to center. This is definitely, I feel like, the most loaded position on the slate. So you obviously have AD here. You got Jokic at 9,400. You got Vooch at 8,700. Drummond against Miami. Karl-Anthony Towns in a great matchup against the Clippers. Whiteside against Detroit. Don't mind going there. You got Marc Gasol against the Warriors, who you could consider. Just a loaded position. So we'll start off at the top with Jokic at 9,400. Anytime Jokic is under 10K, I think he is a pretty strong play here. 9,400 against Boston. I do like Jokic if you want to go to him. But if we go like $1,000 cheaper, there are definitely really strong plays. I think Drummond at 8,600 against Whiteside you could go to, but I just love this spot for Karl-Anthony Towns against the Clippers. I imagine that Boban's going to start again for the Clippers. If he does, it's a great matchup for Towns. Boban is a big body. We know how tall the dude is, how lengthy he is, but he's very slow, just a really bad defender. This is a spot where Karl-Anthony Towns could absolutely dominate, especially against Boban if Boban starts. Love Towns at 8,500. Think he has that 65, 70-point upside. I think we see one of those big games from town, especially if Butler misses again. If Butler doesn't play, it's going to be hard to avoid Karl-Anthony Towns in this spot. Even if Butler plays today, I'll still be very heavy on Karl-Anthony Towns. In this matchup, we're going to be targeting centers against the Clippers all year. Worked out well with Vucevic. I think it works out well again today with Cat at 8,500. One of my favorite center plays and overall plays on this slate. And then going down to other centers, so Whiteside, I think we can project him for about 28 to 30 minutes in this spot against Detroit. We know Detroit has a big front court. They have Drummond. They have Blake Griffin. I feel like anytime Drummond's going to be on the court, they're going to need Whiteside on the court. We did get some injury news that he is questionable for this game. I think Whiteside most likely plays more than not. If he does play, love Whiteside here. I will for sure have a lot of exposure to him. If Whiteside somehow misses today, Bam Adebayo going to be a very strong play. Kelly Olynyk as well going to be a pretty strong play. But I think Whiteside plays today. I do like him at 7,800. Then we get down to the 6K range. Wendell Carter, his price tag has started to increase, but 6,100 still might be too cheap of a price for Wendell Carter. The guy's playing big minutes. Last 4 games, 27, 38, 24, 36 minutes. Been very productive, 34, 55, 33, and 43 DraftKings points. Good matchup against the Knicks. I do like Wendell Carter here, even with the price tag increase. Still think he is a very strong play at 6,100. Probably one of the better cash plays on this slate, in my opinion. And then one of my favorite tournament plays. Don't expect him to be very popular today. Really like this spot for Joval. 5,300 against the Jazz. I have a good feeling that Joval is going to start here. We know the Jazz have Rudy Gobert, who is a very tall, very lengthy guy. We know Gobert cannot shoot threes. He can't stretch the court, and he can't stretch the floor, and that's what Valanciunas has trouble with. Guys like Karl-Anthony Towns, even like Vooch, guys that can shoot threes and can spread the floor. Guys like Whiteside, Drummond, DeAndre Jordan, Gobert, guys that just sit under the rim grabbing rebounds. Those are the kind of guys that Valanciunas has a lot of success with. Those are the matchups that we see Valanciunas play 25, 28 minutes. I think we're going to see that amount from Valanciunas here. I think he plays probably 26 minutes, if not exceeds that amount. And we know how productive Valanciunas is when he's on the court. If the guy plays 25, 26 minutes, he's probably going to get us at least 30, if not 35 DraftKings points. He's got 40, 45 point upside. Just could absolutely be a great play at 5,300. Could totally get 7, 8x. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Really like Valanciunas in tournaments. If he's going to be like 5% owned today, I'll for sure have probably 20, 25%. Just love this spot for Joval. And then the value center we have to touch on is definitely Boban. Even though I like Karl-Anthony Towns here and I think he gives Boban some troubles, I still think we're going to see Boban play about 22 to 25 minutes pretty much every night, especially the nights where he's starting. If Gortat's out again and Boban starts again, the guy's just so productive when he's on the court. He's going to grab rebounds. He's going to score when he's on the court. If he plays 22 to 25 minutes, he's probably going to get at least 30 DraftKings points, if not more. The only reason we didn't get a better game from Boban last game was because of blowout. The game blew out. Boban didn't play like the entire fourth quarter. If he would have came back out for the fourth quarter, probably would have got at least 10 more DraftKings points, if not more than that. Did get priced up to 4,500, but Boban I feel like is still a strong play if he's going to be starting again. I like him at 4,500. And then I mentioned Bam if Whiteside misses today at 4,300. Bam Adebayo, very strong play if Whiteside is out today. But I think that's it for center, and I think that's it for the video, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully this video did help you. If you enjoyed, just make sure you click that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT, or you can leave any comments down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And good luck tonight on this 9-game slate. Peace.